This is session 2 of losses from precipitation. In previous session, we have seen the introduction part, that is losses, how these losses occurs, what are the major forms of losses, how these losses will occur. So losses are due to evaporation, evapotranspiration, infiltration. In this session, we are going to see what are the factors which are actually having which are affecting the evaporation. So these factors which are affecting the evaporation may be considered in the form of vapor pressure difference, in the form of temperature of air and water, wind and velocity, humidity and radiation. So these are the major factors which are affecting evaporation. Vapor pressure difference, temperature of air and water, wind velocity and quality of water, atmospheric pressure and altitude, depth of water, humidity, radiation. So we will see in detail one by one what are the factors which are affecting evaporation. First factor is vapor difference or vapor pressure difference. The number of molecules leaving or entering a water body depends on the vapor pressure of water body at the surface and also the vapor pressure of the air. Higher water temperature leads to higher vapor pressure at surface and tends to increase the rate of evaporation. High humidity in air tends to increase in vapor pressure in air and in turn reduces rate of evaporation. Next is temperature of air and water. Next factor is temperature of air and water. See, the rate of emission of molecules from water body is a function of its temperature. At higher temperature, molecules of water have greater energy to escape. Hence, maximum evaporation from water bodies takes place in the summer, because there will be high temperature and the rate of emission of molecules from water bodies is a function of temperature. Because of higher temperature, water have greater energy to escape. Hence, maximum evaporation from water body takes place in summer. It has estimated for every 1 degree centigrade rise in atmospheric temperature increases 5 centimeter of evaporation annually. Next is wind velocity. So when wind velocity is more, the saturation air, humid air is lifted or drifted away and dry air comes in contact with water surface which is ready to absorb the moisture. Hence, rate of evaporation is depending on wind velocity. It has been estimated that 10% increase in wind velocity will increase 2 to 3% of evaporation. So, three factors, that is vapor pressure difference, temperature of air and water, wind velocity. We have seen three factors which are affecting the evaporation. Further, we will see what are other factors. Apart from vapor pressure difference, temperature of air and water, and wind velocity, quality of water is also important, because the rate of evaporation of fresh water is greater than saline water, because fresh water Actually, specific gravity of saline water is greater than that of fresh water. It is established that saline water has lesser vapor pressure, and it is observed that evaporation from fresh air is 3 to 4% more than seawater. So, quality of water is also one of the factors, because specific gravity of saline water is greater than fresh water. So we can say that saline water has lesser vapor pressure, and it is observed that evaporation from fresh water is 3 to 4% more than seawater. Next factor is atmospheric pressure and altitude. So because of atmospheric pressure, evaporation decreases with increase in atmospheric pressure, as the rate of diffusion from water body into the air is suppressed. That's why evaporation decreases with increase in atmospheric pressure, because of rate of diffusion from water body into the air is depressed. At higher altitude, the atmospheric pressure is usually lesser, and thereby evaporation rate is higher. So next factor is depth of water. As you know, evaporation shallow water bodies is greater when compared to deep water bodies, as the water at lower level is deep water bodies is not heated much, and vapor pressure at lower levels is also reduced. Because of the heat effect, that is, for shallow water bodies when compared to deep water bodies, as the water at lower level is deep, water body is not heated much, and vapor pressure at lower level is also reduced. Next factor is humidity. So humidity and radiation also important. If the humidity of atmosphere is more than evaporation will be less, because during the process of evaporation water vapor moves from the point of higher moisture content to the point of lower moisture content, and rate of this movement is grounded by the difference of their moisture content or moisture gradient existing in water or in air. So humidity of the atmosphere is also a factor. More the evaporation will be less, because during the process of evaporation water vapor moving from point of higher moisture content to that of lower moisture content, and the rate of this movement is grounded by the difference of their moisture content or moisture gradient existing in the air. Next factor is radiation. When the evaporation requires continuous supply of energy, which is derived mainly from solar radiation, the radiation will be a factor of importance, because evaporation increases and the radiation increases, and it is vice versa. Because of solar radiation, the radiation will be considered as the important factor, because when evaporation increases, the radiation increases, and when radiation decreases, evaporation increases. So after seeing the factors affecting evaporation, the factors are vapor pressure difference, temperature of air and water, wind velocity, quality of water, atmospheric pressure and altitude, depth of water body, humidity, radiation. We will see the Dalton's law of evaporation. So this Dalton's law of evaporation is the rate of evaporation is a function of difference in vapor pressure at the water surface and the atmosphere. So Dalton's law of evaporation states that evaporation is proportional to difference in vapor pressure of water and air. Evaporation is proportional to the difference in vapor pressure of water and air. So in this equation, it is, you can see E is proportional to small EW minus small EA, or E is equal to small k EW minus EA. E means daily evaporation, EW means saturated vapor pressure of water at a given temperature, EA means vapor pressure of vapor pressure of air, small k means proportionality constant, considering the effect of wind, Dalton's law is expressed as E is equal to k dash EW minus EA, A plus B into V, where V is wind velocity in kilometers per hour, k dash A and B are constant for a given area. Dalton's law states that evaporation is proportional to difference in vapor pressure of water and air. E is proportional to EW minus EA. E is daily evaporation, EW is equal to saturated vapor pressure of water at a given temperature, EA is equal to vapor pressure of water. This equation can also be written as E is equal to constant, proportionality constant, into saturated vapor pressure of water minus vapor pressure of air. After seeing the Dalton's law of evaporation, we will see the measurement of evaporation. How we can measure this evaporation? So in order to ensure proper planning and operation of reservoirs and irrigation systems, estimation of evaporation is necessary, because measurement of evaporation is not possible, but the methods are adopted as they give reliable results. Because in order to ensure proper planning and operation of reservoirs and irrigation system, estimation of evaporation is very much necessary. So to measure this evaporation, it is not estimation of evaporation, exact measurement of evaporation is not possible, but we can adopt certain methods which are reliable to measure this evaporation. So these methods are pan measurement method, use of empirical formula, storage equation method, energy budget method. Pan measurement method, use of empirical formula, storage equation, energy budget method. These are the methods to measure the evaporation. We will see in detail in next session how to measure this evaporation.